All right, everyone, welcome back to the podcast. Glad to see you all. Glad to make sure that you guys are all here with us today. I know it's been a little bit. We had a podcast for about 3 or 4 weeks ago, and we just kind of been struggling with schedules and things like that. But we're back. We're here. Somebody that normally Tuesday nights had time. Now he's like, I can't do it Tuesday nights. I'm not going to say who it is, but
Gabe can't do it any night.
But yet we're here.
Miguel and I had to drag him to do this.
Okay. Anyway, so we're here tonight. I'm glad that you guys are here. Please don't forget to subscribe, like, and share. I'm also going to link our other page, which is more of a vlog style, down at the bottom. It's going to be under Jam Racing. Don't forget, if you hit the little link from Facebook and you're not logged into the YouTube account, please look up White Knuckle Racing, Jam Racing, subscribe to both. We would truly, truly, truly appreciate it. So we've been away from the track a little bit. We did one event, SSKC. What is that now? 2.5, 3 weeks ago, give or take. And it was a fun weekend, but it kind of, it got everybody's racing. I don't want to say bad habits, but rivalries. Right. So this is what this week is kind of going to be about, which we're just going to talk about rivalries. Let us know in the comments who you've had a rivalry with in years and any sort of racing. Doesn't really matter. But something kind of came about. We had not seen it before, at least I hadn't, which is the debate of the #1 American chassis. So that's not what we're going to get about. We're not going to start
God, talking
or anything. Jesus These guys didn't know Christ. What we're doing today. But hey, that kind of came up, right? That's a rivalry. So
yeah. I know who it's not. Margang, made in China.
Is it made in China?
Has Chinese metal.
Oh no! I said something about Chinese metal with OTK parts, but it wasn't towards Margang.
Oh,
so that started the whole thing over that weekend, right? So there was that comment made, and I mean, I can say it, right? The Coyote send out a couple drivers out to come out to the race event. The guys did absolutely phenomenal. We've had James Overbeck on here before. The kid is absolutely fast. I mean, he is as advertised. And then had a pleasure meeting a Chris Carroll over the weekend as well. Absolutely fantastic people. Really can't complain. They race clean. They're aggressive still. But we had a good time, right? No harm, no foul. But when you talk rivalries, right? What are some of the rivalries that we've had over the year? I mean, I could think of, obviously, right when I started into karting, for me, it was kind of right away with, and it was with everybody because he was so
SLA.
No.
We had that though. It didn't escalate.
But before that, it's like we hop to hop. When I started and with Neil, right? Neil was a very fierce competitor, very fierce rival on track. Rest in peace, Neil. But he was phenomenal, right? So on the track, visor down, don't get in his way, right? If you were slower, but once you got off the track, really chill, really laid back, and that's kind of how karting is, right? Now we progressed a little bit forward, and we've all had kind of little spats and patters going on for a while there. Especially the two of you had it with SLA. You just said it now. I feel like that's kind of been put down a little bit. Jorge was running the motors. I still run his motors. I have no issues with his stuff, but
fuck no, not me. Can't even give me one.
So talk a little bit. We're just going to talk about the rivalry. We're not going to talk about like actual facts and stuff like that. But
don't say names. You should have said don't say names in the beginning.
No, it's fine, right? So
can't even give me one.
No, not one. You get none. You get no names, right? So this is going back probably about 2 years ago, and it got pretty heated between you guys, right? There was some stuff on track, but then that
it resembles a lot. It resembles a lot because they also had hired drivers come in just to stir shit up.
Yeah, but their drivers were out. The driver pushed the cart after that incident. Yeah. He pushed the cart into the track.
Yeah, that was the difference between that. That was malicious.
Yeah, they're malicious.
Blocking hard. And then what so-called, we want to call a rivalry between the Coyote and the MGM ordeal now. Or not really MGM.
American chassis.
Best American chassis. They
not Coyote. We should not say Coyote.
Not Coyote.
Yeah.
Precision karting.
Yeah. So they came out.
Precision karting. That's the rivalry.
So yeah, but they came out to actually race and to determine something. And at the end of the day, I was the only consistent kart on podium all weekend.
And this is going back.
I might have gotten third place both days, but I was the only kart to repeat two podiums. And I got them. I got it how I got them. But
to be fair, Chris got DQ'd for a technicality on Sunday.
Yeah, that's true.
And I felt so bad, right? Like I think I called back.
I did.
Like, where are you going, right? Like none of us cared, but I guess that's different.
Yeah.
When you're racing down here and you go up and you race all over the place, sometimes you miss little things. And hopefully he doesn't get mad that I say this, but he did finish third on Sunday. He had a great drive, but unfortunately the transponder was on the middle of the cart somewhere when it should have been 9 inches from the axle. Is that correct? If I remember for the SSKC?
No, back of the seat.
Back of the seat. Yes. Yeah. There you go. The back of the
seat. That is true, because every different event, like when we road race, it's about as far as you can put it. If you can tape it to the front bumper, you can tape it to the front bumper. But and then some places are 9 inches from the kingpin bolt to the transponder, which is the side pod location. And then SSKC, that's where he had it. And of course, SSKC is back of the seat.
Yeah.
But no real rivalry there. Chris was, I mean, him and his wife were at the track. I mean, great people. Like, I was so glad. For me, I was a little fanboying a little bit, because I've always seen Chris Carroll being so fast. And when I saw him there, I was like, ooh, this is nice. And then when I realized who asked him to come down, then I was like, ooh, now this is spicy. Real
spicy.
But yeah, so a little bit of backstory.
It was good to talk to him, and I would say this now. It was good to talk to him and clear the air between us, because I think there's obviously that monkey in the middle that's affecting that program that they got going on. You have such great guys that come in and race, Coyote chassis. Then you got that bad apple that's starting to give the bad name to that. So sometimes you just got to take that knife and just cut that bad piece right out. And all that drama and all the great racers that race that chassis won't get that reputation, because this situation happened somewhere, and then now everybody gets affiliated with. So now it's like, well, it's got to be that group that's doing all that kind of stuff. So that's where I cleared the air with him. So I've never had an issue with you. Every time we race, he's gone to Tech and passed Tech, actual Tech. And in Ocala when we raced against each other, and now in SSKC, because they had to go through Tech on Saturday also. Yeah,
well, that's what you get for shit talking though online.
I'll never y'all report that shit next time. Y'all get my Facebook completely deleted. I would have won Saturday if they weren't there.
There's a safe to say that now in the Grands, you will not be posting. No post from you, please. Last thing you need.
As far as right now, other than my Snapchat, everything else is suspended.
Yeah,
I emailed Facebook and Instagram. Y'all don't let me post shit.
AOL Messenger.
Yeah, y'all don't. Yeah, if you guys got to get a hold of me, I'm actually borrowing an iPhone right now. I went back to a flip phone, so if y'all need to get a hold of me, don't text me, just call me. Or if you know where I live, just show up.
Now, if we know that down here in Florida, there's a big mouth in Florida. There's pretty much one huge big mouth in Florida. And this fucking asshole. This guy at the bottom, Jorge. Let's talk about
yours. I don't live in Florida. Kiss my ass.
You're an idiot. Okay, in Georgia. Georgia.
No. Too late. This asshole, he's the mouth of the South. That's what he is.
Yeah, because he talks so much shit and only backs it up about 10% of the time. But either way, Jorge, talk to us, because you've had some rivalries, you've had some scuffles, especially in that heavy class. So within the last year, what does the last year look like for you in that heavy class with some rivalries?
Y'all gonna have to get a piece of paper and a pen, because Jorge doesn't have a problem with a group. He has a problem with everybody. Individuals are his shit.
Okay, let's start. Beginning of the year. Let's start with
December, to be exact. December.
Yeah.
Let's start a year ago. Not even a year ago. Yeah. No. 8 months ago. 9 months ago.
Yeah, we can't go a year, dude. If we start back to my racing career, oh my god. Well, Podcast will be 3 hours long. Yeah, I'll stay with first. I'm just gonna say Neil. Neil was a hard, right? Neil was a hard ass. Great guy off track, but when that visor came down, he never saw you for some reason. Never saw you. Let's last year. So Phil and I got into it at Homestead. He didn't talk to me for a while until his last event. So I'm glad Phil and I are doing better.
Months. 8 months.
8 months.
That's a grudge.
Yeah. Who else? Matt and I have got into it a couple times on track. Pompano was the Burrell man. Me and the Burrell guy.
The Canadian.
The Canadian. Yeah. Me and the Burrell man got into it. Who else? And CKNA Monticello, Macon and I, and his dad. We got into it, but we're cool now. So do I keep going?
No.
Wait a minute. What about rivalries between teammates? I mean, Matt, you can almost relate Matt because Matt let us stay at his house in Tallahassee, so that's kind of a teammate. I mean, he's part of the group. But did anybody completely see that Dylan in turn 3 railed the hell out of me and moved me right the hell out of the way?
Well deserved. It doesn't matter. Well deserved.
When?
Sunday.
Yeah, Sunday final.
He lifted my rear. Yeah, I was like,
you're going slow though.
I think he was seeing red. I let it go by.
He was just after one person at that point in time.
Dude.
I looked over when I saw him pass. I was like, "What the fuck, Dylan? This is not the plan." But I guess Dylan. Then I see this when he went by.
Yeah, he definitely sent you. Dude, I don't know. There's too many rivals when I'm on track. People like what type of driver you want to be. I just out there to win. All right, I try 110% to win. And if the gap is there, I'm going for it. I've said over and over again. I don't know why people get upset. I won't wreck you in turn 1 in the first lap. That's stupid.
Maybe turn 2.
By the last lap, I'm trying to get to your back bumper. If I'm second place, I'm going to that back bumper.
Now, Jorge, talking about rivalries, and I'm going to tell you, I saw this post by you, and I had a little bit of an epiphany, right? And I was like, holy fuck. I was like, what did he do? So you put a post out there right after SSKC about some of the Homestead drivers, right? About all the fighting that they did, especially in the final, to let you walk away, right? So that was to me, I see that as an open call out to Homestead and those guys who show up for SSKC, which is great. But then I was like, motherfucker, that's my first race back from injury, and they're going to associate me with you. And here I am. I'm going to be the one paid.
Yeah,
he had a point, man.
None of it was it wasn't the heavy class I was talking about. It was the light class.
My class.
It's the light class. Homestead, you guys screwed yourselves. You guys, your petty rivalry in Homestead, you brought to SSKC. Leave the local shit at home. If you guys would have worked together, because if you looked at your lap times, your fast laps were as fast as the leaders, except you guys will not push each other, even if your fucking life depended on it. If your life depended on it, you would not push each other.
They did. All 3 of them were lined up trying to pass me.
Except for the very end. But you guys would have ran down. You guys brought 7-8 people.
True.
You should have been up there with the lead pack and drafting by them. But now you got stubborn kids.
Now talk about.
You know why? You know why? Everybody looked so much at the damn times. Well, I'm 8/10 behind. There's just no point to race for the front. I'll just race for whatever I can get. Yeah. So how many times I told you I qualified 8th on for Saturday? I told Jorge, I don't even worry about the time. I'm not a good qualifier. And I came out P2 on that race.
Yeah.
For the pre-final on Saturday. I don't look at the time. People are so much about the times and all this other crap. Like, listen, if you're 1.5 seconds off, okay, now worry about the time. But if you're within a second, you're fine. Okay. Stuff happens, track gets slower. Don't even worry about it. Just go out there and do your own shit.
Now, talking about times and when you go and maybe we should say his name because I feel like Miguel had a little scrap with him probably close to 2 years ago with the whole look at your own bobber thing there for a while. Hunter Fox, man, he was fast. He was
yeah.
fast that weekend.
Yeah.
I have never, I've seen Honda racing now for a little over 3 years. Kudos to him. That, I mean, he's obviously been putting in the work. I have never seen that kid so fast before. That final, he came out and he was on rails. So good job. Strong performance, and he went through the whole field by himself. So whatever he found, gearing, I don't know, combination, whatever it was, good job.
God,
you were absolutely flying. You were absolutely flying.
Yeah, he was moving that day. I've seen him that fast. He took a break from racing, right? And then for school, yeah, he took a break, and then I think that break, and it's like that. If you get out of the seat for a little bit, unless you're fucking James Perkins, unless your name is James fucking Perkins,
or Jed Perkins,
or Jed
uncle,
Perkins,
or a Perkins,
yeah, or the uncle. If your last name is Perkins, right? If you get out of the seat for 100 years and get back in the seat, you end up winning. That's the only people that can do that. But anybody else, and especially in the light class, how competitive it is. You get out of the seat for a while, I mean, mid-pack all day long. And then now that he's back in the seat, because I see him posting all the time, practicing here, practicing there, it's just getting back in the seat. That's what he's got into.
With America's #1 chassis.
He had bragging rights because he stepped on the top step that day. He had bragging rights, right? The funny thing is, we joke around about the American 1 chassis, right? I'm going to point out.
Some people lose sleep over that shit. I'll tell you that right now.
I'm going to point out, right? The 4 different manufacturers won. OTK for heavy, MGM for heavy, Saturday and Sunday, Coyote, Margay. What does that say? Get a go-kart, get the fuck out on the track. That's it.
Go race. Get a good go-kart.
Yeah, don't buy Margay.
Or Burrell. Sorry, Rights of Racing.
Guys. Yeah,
go buy out there. They're down there like these son of a bitch, and now we got to paint these motherfuckers black.
Everybody buy a Leclerc.
Oh, yeah, it's just a black Burrell.
Yeah.
Oh, that's terrible. So what do we got coming up here? Obviously, we're going to the Grands, or you guys are going to the Grands. What's some of the prep that you guys are doing, kind of for somebody maybe that's watching and it's probably might be going to the Grands for the first time? I know what I would suggest, but since you guys are going, I'm not going to chime in. What would you suggest? What are some of the tips? What do you got?
Start praying.
Get good with God.
Get good with God. Don't be a nice person there.
I would say find a buddy on track.
Don't say I'm gonna give a little to get a little. No, you're gonna give a lot to get shit. It's like, oh, I'll let this guy have this corner, and all of a sudden 20 of them go by. You're like, well, I fucked up.
Yeah. Do we know if the Canadians are coming down?
Yeah, they are. Oh my God.
Who?
The Canadians.
All of them.
Everybody wanted Trump out, and here we are. Fucked. Oh God, now I want to get political fucking person. Everybody's gonna roast me now.
Yeah, so the Canadians are coming down. What to do to prepare? First,
pancakes and syrup, Canadian syrup.
Yeah. First, extra parts. Bring steering column, steering shaft, axles, spindles, hubs. They have Comet Cart there, so that's the best thing about it. Make sure you come with a fresh motor, or a built motor by a reputable person,
or two.
You can bring 2. I had it
or 5,
or 5, or have your engine builder go. I sent my motor off to get freshened up. What else? Practice. Make sure you make practice day. Practice day is big. First of all, you don't know the layout. The layout changes every freaking year. Second of all, Miguel and I are on basically new carts for us up to the first time at Newcastle, so we don't have like a notebook ready for us for a practice.
I got Dylan that already took that one to Newcastle.
Well then Miguel's good to go. Miguel's already hooked up.
I basically got a notebook, but
yeah,
I shouldn't have said that. I should have said that because if I really go up there and fucking suck, I'm like, just We didn't have the right setup in it. I can't make that excuse now.
It's all a driver. It's all a driver.
Dylan was there and he was really fast with that chassis. So you truly have no excuses.
Yeah, he went for the. I'm not sure the results for that WK event they had at Newcastle. Did they have a WK event in Newcastle?
What was that?
I don't know. Some other event that they do in Newcastle, other than CKNA. I don't know. He went with it.
Oh, okay. I mean that right there, and then check your feelings at the door. All right, check your feelings at the door.
Your feelings like your
Wednesday.
This is a national event, guys. All right.
Oh,
This is when the top drivers. You make you pussyfoot around when you're doing local races, you're gonna get railed. You do this in regional, you're gonna get railed. When it comes to a national event, you have to pick your passes, pick a good drafting partner, and stick with them and make it happen and stick. You live or die by that drafting partner. When you're up front, you gotta live or die, because if you start battling out, you're gonna see the top 5 just walk away. And probably one comes, they all come.
And I don't want to jinx it, and because now I'm going to make people spend money, but bring or buy rain tires before the weekend starts.
You gotta bring rain tires. We've learned our lesson. It rains every freaking year. Every year.
Look at Miguel. I said rain. Look at Miguel's face. Automatically changed.
Hey, last year I gambled. Last year I threw the slicks on.
Yeah, you fucked it up.
I got wrecked.
Oh God, man! I knew it. You know why? I knew something was gonna happen because I got excited.
Yeah,
like CKNA and Monticello, I got excited. I started talking about a lot of shit, and then I'm like, "What's he doing?"
So did you talk shit Sunday at Sunday's race?
No, we all stayed super quiet.
Nope, because I didn't trust the clutch or your chain or the rear hub
or you. Yeah, like we were so quiet. We were just quiet.
I didn't say
quiet.
I didn't say nothing.
There was no celebrating, nothing until your hands went up. Then that's when everybody got excited. But we were.
I mean, there's a little bit of excitement, a little bit, going on.
Yeah,
but it wasn't like
no shit talking.
Yeah, because Jorge, last time I saw you do this at the same track in Orlando, not a month before, you blew a motor leading the race. So. And then I knew that the time before that you were leading a race, which was Monticello. Was it Monticello?
I was running somebody down.
Yeah.
I was running Sean down.
Yeah, running it. And you were coming, you blew a motor again, or whatever the issue was. So
broke a spring on that one.
So
learned our lesson.
That's how he won the damn SCUSA championship in Homestead. When it started raining. I wasn't there, but Dad was there.
Yeah, the rain came and I walked away. It just needs to rain. But the thing is, at the Grants, it needs to rain either freaking hard, not this pussyfoot stuff, or if I race, don't get wrecked in the first lap. Because I would have been top 5 that day, probably running down the leaders.
Did you went ahead and have your new suit done with Rainmaster on the back?
No, I didn't get past that.
You should have put it on there. I'm the points champ. I'm the points master.
Yeah. So for anybody watching, if you're still watching this far, Jorge has called himself the Rainmaster.
No, Xander.
So if you get to race in the rain, please show him up. I think that he'd appreciate it and he'd love it. And again, it's all in fun, right? I mean, we do talk a little bit of crap. I don't think anybody's just more critic than ourselves to ourselves. So whatever you think you say or post or do, trust me, we've already told each other.
No feelings
within each other. We've already argued about it at some point in the pits. So yeah, I mean, then that's pretty much it. So anything else, guys, for tonight?
Nah. I went to GoPro and sucked real bad.
How was that? Yeah, I mean, because you didn't post anything. He was freaking quiet. No Snapchatting. Nothing.
Let's put this. I found out why my cart pushes.
Because you're fat.
No. I came in underweight. I got DQ'd for underweight, so I'm no longer fat.
Okay.
So seat position. too much rear. Oh, too much. I have it leaned back.
Scales
Yep, scales off. I've never scaled a cart, okay? And apparently on these MGMs, actually a lot of carts apparently, they like to be scaled and like to have a certain amount of percentage front to back. The MGMs like a certain percentage front to back. I was too far back on the seat because how any other cart, TB, whatever, most Italian carts, they give you the measurements. They put, this is the measurements for your height. You put the seat there and you tune around the seat. The American chassis, at least for the MGM, I can't talk about all American. I'll know for the MGMs.
The best American chassis.
Yeah, and my comments are the same way I think as well. They want the seat a certain nose weight on. So I had to move my seat 2 inches forward.
You feel tight?
I haven't sat in it.
Oh, that's gonna be fun.
I know. I'm gonna go this weekend to a Lessig's house again to rescale the cart out to make sure I have plenty, that my scaling is correct before I go to Grants. So make sure you have the proper, if you're on the different chassis, you haven't run it before. Good thing about Paul, you know, I hit him up. He's like, you want to see this much, blah, blah, blah.
It must be only your chassis because my shit's pretty far back.
Bro, you're
little. Yeah, you're little.
That's what I'm. Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
So I was measuring out. Will's cart, and his seat was actually almost the same distance as my old seat. When he sat down, weight was correct percentage wise. When I sit down in it, it's wrong. So I had to move my seat way forward. But he did have his seat tilted up. Mine was leaned back like a low boy. So tilt up, slide forward, and still down under the chassis. Like I still gotta be down because I got center of gravity has to be low. No matter what height you are, you always want the seat at least frame rail height.
Hold on.
Go check yours real quick.
What is he doing? No one's watching this far. It's fine. Oh, another beer. Refill.
Was that it? I thought you were gonna check. I thought you were gonna check on the seat, on the chassis.
I'm not measuring shit.
Not measuring. I just want to see how far underneath it. Dude, who cares? Dylan's even.
Oh, I'm not. No, not even. No, not even.
Are you level or no?
Hold on.
He should be taking the phone, but obviously that would be way too smart.
He's a dumbass.
Above the rails.
Okay. Well,
I know that. I would have been hitting the ground if I was below the rails. I have never hit the ground with that one.
So,
when I did like a 50-50 grind and a couple times in Anderson on their fucking curves, I never touched the seat. Thank God. That's a black carbon fiber seat.
How about Anderson? I'm so excited for the new track. You know, the
paving and stuff.
They got rid of the bridge.
Man.
The bridge.
They made a bridge.
They made an actual, like, we can actually push the carts across.
I know. Jesus Christ.
Good job.
Yeah. No, you can drive. You can drive now.
You could if you want to, yeah.
No, what a problem. Yeah, no. Now that they made it, because when people make it to the end of pits, they can exit the other way also, instead of being all one cluster one way. So, yeah, kudos to them to spend that money. You know what that means? Local prices.
Yeah, local prices.
Like, local prices.
Nice job to the track, but I'm not going. I'll see you SSKC next year.
Come on, I wonder, like, gotta catch a local there before SSKC. There's no way.
Boy, if it's $100, I ain't catching nothing. I'll take my ass to $45 at Jack's.
It's a shorter drive.
Yep.
Much shorter drive for you.
For me, it's really short.
Yeah.
For me.
Shit. Anderson's 5.5 for me. Jack's is an hour and 45.
15 minutes.
Jacksonville.
25, I don't take 23 expressway.
And you never go there.
I'm going there next local. This the 17th, the last night race.
Are you still gonna run those junk Vegas?
Me? No.
Yeah.
MGs.
You're so dumb.
They're brand new. I bought a set of brand new MGs for practice. Those are still new, and then my race ones are still new.
Don't forget to take Vega tires up to the Grands, please. So, all right, guys. Thank you for hanging out with us tonight. Don't forget to subscribe, like, and share. We'll be on next week. I don't know what shenanigans we're going to get into. Maybe we have a special guest next week. Who knows? We'll figure it out as it goes. We still have plenty of time between now and then. So take care, and we'll see you all then.
Got you guys on track.
See ya.